by a show of hands, how many of you want to be here right now? I can't actually see you, but I'm going to assume not many. Given these current times, now is the perfect time to look back on our workload and see how we can improve ourselves. Cattywampus. Now, why did I say that? Well, that's probably how the speech is going to end up, all cattywampus-like. However, it is a word. It is a silly word. It is a funny word. It is a word that is more engaging than what I've just said so far. Aren't you more engaged? I bet you are. Now, goofing off is often looked down upon in the workplace. However, allowing yourself to goof off actually improves your productivity and what you're able to do throughout the day. Now, first, let us look at how we work currently. Our culture has often been ingrained with the ideals of work hard. Now, that is a good thing to do, but it's a little excessive. In a recent study from Yale University surveying 1,000 employees, 1 in 5 of them described the feeling of engaged, exhausted workers, such as they are passionate about their jobs, yet they are frustrated and intensely stressed with it, as told by April Broderson from the Metropolitan State University of Denver. Now, why is that? Historically, Americans have always been hard workers. That's kind of where the country came from. But then there's a little bit more on it. We have such a culture of business in this country that we always expect to be stressed and overworked. And lots of people form like very weird bonds based on those. And honestly, it's not that healthy. Oh, you only got 2 hours of sleep last night studying for a test? Well, haha, I only got 1. I am better than you, and so on. So, to improve our workload, we need to take more breaks. But wait, you might say, distractions in the workplace are bad. How doth thou explain that, mere mortal, you might say? Or at least I think you would. I haven't talked to anyone in 2 weeks. But there is an important distinction to be made between slacking off and goofing off. The goofer is often realizes the importance of work, but also realizes the importance of taking a break to then later come back to the work and do it better. The slacker, on the meantime, just doesn't care about the work at all. Now, how do we change this? How do we force ourselves to take more breaks? There's an interesting technique called the Pomodoro technique by Francesco Cirillo. Basically, he developed this technique based around the concept of a kitchen timer. The one that he had was shaped like an Italian tomato called a pomodoro, hence the name. Basically, what you do with this technique is you make a chart of all the things that you have to do that day, sorted from most to least urgent. You also have a little side column to put anything unexpected that arises throughout the day. You then work through that chart sequentially from most to least urgent. Then you work with this in 25-minute chunks of time called pomodoros, set by your kitchen timer. Basically, it's 25 straight minutes of work. No distractions, nothing else, nothing. After every pomodoro, you take a 5-minute break. This is important, is during this break, do not think about any work-related things or any heavy mental activities at all. It's a complete brain refresh. After every 4 pomodoros, you then take a 15 to 30-minute break. This ratio of working and not working actually fits well with the research study done by the University of Singapore, which shows that workers are most productive if 20% of their workday is filled with non-work related activities. Another interesting thing is that the Pomodoro increases creativity. As told by American author Daniel Pink, recently, due to the influx of technology, we're not using our left brains as much. It's not important. The left brain being the information, the logic side of the brain. However, the right brain, the emotional side, but also this side that has a lot of inventiveness and big picture thinking, that's becoming more and more important. Now, the Pomodoro technique not only improves your work ethics, but also your creativity with the brain refreshes, allowing you to apply more innovation into your work. And the results? Well, it allows you to look at time differently. Instead of looking at time in minutes, X amount of minutes, as you look at time in a Pomodoro. As Francesco once said, a Pomodoro cannot be split up. There's no such thing as a half a Pomodoro or a quarter of a Pomodoro. The atomic unit of time is a Pomodoro. If the Pomodoro is definitely interrupted by someone or something, that Pomodoro should be considered void. It never started in the first place. Therefore, you have to start fresh with a new Pomodoro. This is hard for most people at first, but after about a week, you think of time as a Pomodoro, allowing you to work more in shorter periods of time, shorter spurts. It's a bunch of sprints as opposed to a marathon. Now, another interesting thing is the mental break that refreshes your brain. My survey that I've conducted that you have taken shows these results interestingly. I formatted my survey in a very specific way. It's monotonous, it's uninteresting, it's boring. It was designed that way, and you took it. Midway through the survey, I asked you what your engagement level was of the survey. It was not high, purposefully. Then, right after, I asked you the question, what is your favorite part of the platypus? Completely unrelated, no regard whatsoever for what the information in the survey was. And after that, I asked your engagement again. Overall, the improvement ratings of your engagement improved upon 52%. That is a very large margin. And with just a simple question, why not apply that same logic in your everyday life, in your workday? So, we want to take breaks. But how? I asked most of you, what do you do when you take breaks? Most of you replied, you get on your phone, you go through social media, blah, blah, blah. Now that's fine, but I want to propose something different. Let us goof off. Let us do something different, something off kilter, something creative, something outlandish, something zany. In my survey, a couple of you responded with some interesting answers. One of which was you go outside, you sing at the top of your lungs, running around for at random times throughout the day. That is great. That is exactly what I'm looking for. That is an explanation of energy that goes well with work. Another of you said that you turn a dollhouse into a medieval torture chamber. That sounds great. I want to do that. The point is all of these things allow your brain to work in different ways, getting new perspectives upon different things. Then, when you go back to work after your break, you translate that into your work, allowing for more innovative solutions. Or, at the very least, just do more random crap like that. It makes life more exciting, especially in this monotonous, isolating time that we are in. Now, in conclusion, I want you to take all this information and really look into yourself. Ask yourself, what can I do to be better? And just try different things. Go ahead and try the Pomodoro technique. If it works, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. You tried. You tried something new. Or at the very least, just be creative. And at the very most, just be goofy. Expand your comfort zone. We'll see what happens. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go build the Eiffel Tower out of popsicle sticks.